Look. There we go.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is a sacred Sunday morning. I want to thank DR, who's co-hosting, as Omashar is at another conference today. But we are going to play an Omashar song. And thank you, DR, for all your help. And thank you for that. I love that you now do the opening video dance. It's pretty awesome. I am coming to you from the Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo. And I've got two wonderful, our favorite guests, Charlie and his wife. What's her name again? Oh, Tangela. And she, of course, is the creatrix of Soul Search. And we have a wonderful show. It's going to be a last-minute, 90-minute show. We're going to have a meditation. We're going to have Charlie Wisdom. We're going to have an Omashar song. Then we've got a couple of guests, including Lori Spagna. And Pato and Antoinette are going to be joining us. And we have a couple of other surprises. So are you doing the meditation?
Yes, I am. So hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome. And we're really delighted to be coming to you all from the Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo. This is such an amazing event, huge spiritual community coming together. And it's just another part of our awakening world and global peace tribe community. And when you see thousands of people like this coming together for consciousness, it's just amazing because, you know, we can actually see and feel our tribe growing and our community growing. So, you know, connecting with all of you together in the quantum field, thank you for being part of this global peace tribe community. And let's all connect and start off our sacred Sunday together. So if everyone could just close their eyes and exhale. And just relax, letting go of all of the energies from the weekend, from this morning, and just settling in, feeling your feet on the ground and settling in to your spiritual heart. And as you feel your spiritual heart, feel at peace. Begin to dive in to the depths of your soul, the depths of who you are in all of your strength, your grandeur, your peace, and your power. Begin to feel this resonating from deep within your heart, across your body, into every soul, vibrating, feeling the strength and the power of your true being. And feel your energies going down, 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 down to the core of Mama Gaia, connecting to her crystalline core. And as you connect to the core of Mama Earth, feel her strength, her eternal wisdom, her stability, her abundance, her unconditional love. For she has always been here, supporting each one of us as we create this awakening world together. And we relax into the arms of the Mother Earth, feeling, some of us for the first time, the unconditional love pouring out of Mama Gaia, enveloping us, and feeling the security, the love, the strength, the power that comes from her in each moment. As we relax into the arms of Mama Gaia, we then bring this strength and power up, 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 connecting to our root chakra, strengthening, stabilizing, blessing us on this planet. And we revel in the immense blessings that we have and hold and give to all in each moment. We light up our sacral chakra, feeling our creativity, our fertility, as together we co-create and give birth to this new earth, this now earth on this planet. Lighting up our solar plexus, our chakra where we hold our manifestation, our power, and our will, knowing and understanding that we are here manifesting and co-creating the reality that we choose. Lighting up our heart chakra, brighter and brighter, stronger and stronger, so we have and know and understand our capacity to love unconditionally, without judgment, without separation, without fear, loving all, in all of our diversity, in our multiplicity, for it is our differences that make us so perfect and so beautiful in every way. And lighting up our throat chakra so that we are aligned with the integrity of our soul, and we speak with the truth and power of who we are as eternal beings and gods and goddesses here in human form. And lighting up our third eye so that we know all and see all from the higher levels, from our multidimensional selves, knowing and understanding that our logical minds may not know and understand. But from our true God selves, we see and know that there is a purpose to each and everything, and that we are here for love. And lighting up our crown chakra, opening us up wider and wider to all there is and all there ever will be, feeling the strength of our connection to our own divinity, to our God and Goddess selves. We feel the pouring in of the divine energies into every cell of our body as we connect higher and higher, lighting up our 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th chakras and more. For we are truly divine beings stepping into that divinity stronger and stronger, more powerfully in each moment. And as we are now in the celestial realms, we feel our souls soaring higher and higher in the strength and freedom of who we truly are. As divine, eternal beings soaring above the earth, we look down. We look down and we see this beautiful planet with billions of people across the world. And we send them love. We send them light. We send them freedom. We send hope, faith, peace, prosperity, abundance. And we do this together, hand in hand, heart to heart, divine beings, each one of us connected across the universe, creating this beautiful grid of divine light across and throughout the celestial realms, connected heart to heart with our angels, our archangels. We see Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, Sandalphon, Zadkiel, and so many more, all with us, sending, witnessing, guiding, supporting in love, in celebration. We see and feel our ascended master, brothers and sisters. Master Yeshua, the master of love, is here with us. Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Tara, Prophet Muhammad, Khadijah, Moses, Krishna, Shiva, Shakti, wife, buffalo calf, woman, so many more, known and unknown, named and unnamed, seen and unseen. All of us together. Here we are in a beautiful golden grid of consciousness surrounding our planet together. And we raise our hands and we send unconditional love, harmony, peace, beauty, wisdom, power, abundance, prosperity, connection to all across the planet, to our neighbors, to all who are here in the United States, in the homeless encampments, in the hospitals. We go to the war zones, the refugee camps. We go around the world to the many countries and places where we feel and know that we can share our love, our faith, our peace, our power, and that they feel it too. And as they feel, they have a glimmer, an understanding, an uplifting, a hope, a smile, an energetic of change, of transformation, of empowerment. And together in this moment, we awaken the world and uplift humanity. For that is what we are here all doing together in this beautiful co-creation of the now earth. So breathing in this power, our wisdom, our love that we have sent across the planet, we exhale and share it across the planet, across the galaxies, across the universe, and across the multiverse. And we feel the celebrations of all our celestial family, our galactic family, our universal cosmic family, all in celebration together as we shift the planet, uplift humanity, and create the awakening world together. Breathing in the power and energy and peace into our hearts of who we are as eternal co-creator beings. We spread this across the planet, reverberating this peace and power, feeling the upliftment of humanity and feeling the activation of upliftment in every strand of DNA and in every cell of our body. Knowing that we hold this vibration now and we share this in all moments, in every moment, wherever we go, wherever we are. Together, we are the awakening world. Thank you.
And she's amazing, isn't she? Wow. You know, everything you said was so powerful. I'm wondering, Charlie, also, whatever comes through him was always amazing. Something that stood out for me was when you talked about, even if we can't see from our human level what's going on, to trust the bigger picture, to see it from the bigger picture. And I'm wondering if you could address that, Charlie.
What I'm actually was guided to do this morning, which I don't even usually bring this book with me, and I didn't know why I brought it to California, but this is a beautiful invocation book by Patricia Cota Robles. It's called I Am Co-Creating the New Earth. And I was guided to, because we feel divided within ourselves, a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world. And this is an invocation to really bring in higher power that lets you like feel that there's something bigger going on. And it's not just our nation. This is global. This is a global event that's coming in, and is right now it's sort of like a detox. And we have to go through the pain a little bit to get something shaken up. And then this mother
Definitely getting shaken.
and Mother Earth has always called this the shaking of the earth. And it is like an alarm clock going off that people have to start looking at the things we haven't wanted to look at for a long time. And so I would like to begin, as while we're in this state of feeling very relaxed from Tangila's beautiful meditation, to just go back into that relaxing state. I speak from the presence of the I am that I am. So as I say things in the first person, this is flowing through you freely, because we are all one being. We are one human collective I am. There truly is no division between left and right and up and down. We are all this. So please, I am breathing the breath of the Holy Spirit in the deepest recesses of my being. Every breath I take cleanses my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. I hold the focus of my attention on each breath as it lifts me into the embrace of my I am presence. I surrender to the perfection of my true God reality. I am one with the divine heart and mind of God. I am one with every man, woman, and child evolving on this sweet earth. From within the silence of my heart, I affirm, I am a beloved child of God, and all that my Father, Mother, God have is mine. I invoke the all-pervading light of the universe, the supreme source of all life, all that is. I kneel within my heart in recognition of the light of the cosmos, and I draw forth the flames representing the threefold activity of life, the exemplified by the Holy Trinity. I invoke the blue flame, which represents the divine power of my Father God. I invoke the pink flame, which represents the divine love of my Mother God. I invoke the yellow and gold flame, which represents the divine wisdom of the sons and daughters of God, the I am presence. Beloved Father, Mother God, come now and assert your rightful authority within me and within all humanity. Show us how to reverently express the perfectly balanced activity of God's love, wisdom, and power. O Supreme Light, I acknowledge you all in all life. I give gratitude to the glorious cosmic and ascended beings as I invoke them and the great angelic host to amplify the energy which I am releasing to assist the co-creating divine government for the earth. This is destined to be a government of the I am presence of humanity, by the I am presence of humanity, and for the I am presence of humanity. Beloved presence of God, the source of all that is, I love and adore you. I acknowledge you as the owner and giver of my life, my intelligence, my substance, my all. Seal me in this love, wisdom, and power of victorious accomplishment. Blaze your light before me and prepare the way, that I may always walk the path of light. Guard and protect me, guide and direct me, and give me the illumination of the truth that will set me free. Help me be your divine love in action at all times, and sustain your love through me to bless all life. I invoke the I am presence of every soul that is in any way associated with the governments of the earth to direct, sustain, and expand the portion of the divine plan, which is that soul's destiny. I invoke the legions of light throughout infinity to direct their full gathered momentum of loving and illumined obedience to God's will into the feelings, minds, and worlds of all governmental and business leaders throughout this planet. Through the power and presence of the Almighty God I am, I decree that divine government shall manifest now, and that all humanity shall follow the will of God. Almighty I am, I do command. Do it today, and do it to stay. And so it is, beloved I am. Amen. Just sit with this for a minute. Let it work through your cells and your DNA. When you feel out of peace, if the world starts shaking you up, nothing matters but your peace. The world will reflect. To always seek out the things that are wrong, you will keep seeing what is wrong. This is where Mother Nature is helping us through this, to just walk outside in nature. In the springtime, be looking at the bees on the flowers. Go watch the birds fly. They just keep going. There is no timeline. They wake up every day and just live their best life. And this is all we need to do. And this will speed the transition of all things unfolding on the earth. So just hold hope, hold faith, and know that when massive changes are occurring, it's actually a speed up in this process.
Thank you, Charlie. You know, the combination of Patricia's amazing words and Charlie's evangelical ability to, to share it and show people the book. What is that book?
It's called I Am Co-Creating the New Earth by Patricia Cota Robles. I believe you would find that on the Era of Peace website. That's her organization. They're out of Tucson, Arizona, but it is they have many beautiful books of invocations, and but there's many things: activating your light body, eternal abundance and love. There's many different invocations in there, but I was drawn to do the divine government.
That was absolutely perfect, especially at this time where we're feeling all these changes, and it's very scary to a lot of people.
Sure.
I know Antoinette is going to be with us a little bit later this morning, and she just got back from Africa. Hi, Lori. She just got back from Africa, and of course, the impact of some of the changes are really, really scary.
Yeah, so everyone on earth is going to land on their feet. It's like a guarantee. It's just a shaking up. It's like panning for gold. All the muck and mires coming out of every individual. This is happening on a atomic level, a cellular level, a physical level, a national level, a global level, a solar system level, and then galactic level. I mean, this is something that's happening on every level of existence right now. And the fact that it's actually occurring now in the physical is showing that we're getting closer and closer to a great transformation where the consciousness is elevating. And this is a huge opportunity to rapidly purge yourself. When you spiral and your consciousness is spiraling up into the mid and upper fourth dimensional consciousness, this is where you start looking at yourself. Wait, why does this trigger me? What am I not seeing? Start asking yourself, what am I not seeing? And asking yourself those questions You don't need to be religious or even spiritual, but you're doing the work. I mean, even atheists are doing this work now. They're like, wait, what is going on? And once you do this, you're in communion with your I am presence, and you'll start seeing answers appear that you'll be like, oh, okay, I see. Something else is going on. And once you start putting those dots together, whether it's with your own physical health or what's going on in the outer world, things start changing in your reality. And that's really what we're here to do. Just keep loving everybody. Everybody is you. If we're dividing ourselves, it is a trick to see if we're going to divide ourselves. And we're able to be stronger than that now. And so just hold faith. Don't lose faith. Everything's going to be okay.
Exactly. And we always have that choice, that in the meditation, as we really felt that peace and power of who we are, that's who we are in every moment. And it's the outer world that can take us out of that. But every moment, as we step into the fourth dimension and then we are moving into the fifth, at moment to moment, we have the ability to choose. So as we choose peace, as we choose power, we're choosing our God selves. We're choosing our co-creator self. And as we do that, we will see that reflected in the world around us. So as all of us here, we can get taken out of our peace and power, and that's fine. For all of us are moving in and out of the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions, but we have the ability to anchor fully into the fourth and fifth now as we continue to connect moment to moment in our peace and power. And together we are activating our DNA to be able to do that fully. And that is our God right. That's our birthright. And we're here for it.
That's exactly why we're here.
And Susan is commenting. I just want to say, Susan, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, it's heavy duty too. This is quality. I love it. And I was telling Tangela and other people, like literally I did an activation the night before we got the email that you were going to send this, like invoking my seamless garments and the golden cloak of Shadael and all this stuff. And then so you're like an answered prayer to the invocation. So I am wearing, I cherish it. I used it at the workshop here at Conscious Life Expo and when I'm presenting and reading now. So it's beginning to get charged up with my energy, and I'm going to build a little box for it to keep it sacred. So
thank you, Susan Bloomquist.
Thank you so much for the beautiful cloak and for, thinking of us and thinking of Charlie and, continuing to co-create this beautiful community. Susan is saying, I'm so glad you're wearing it. Oh, beautiful. Yes. And Kiki sending positive thoughts of love, divine light, and blessings for the highest good of all. I had chills listening to that. Thank you, Tangela and Charlie. Thank you, Kiki. And thank you all. We are co-creating the awakening world together. This is reality. This is not just something that we say as, an affirmation just to make ourselves feel better. This is truth. This is reality, and this is the work, and it's a beautiful work, and it's so much fun because we're doing it together.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. Fifth dimension is all about fun.
It is.
It's about fun and listen to the call. By the way, that both of you, between your meditation and your reading, and I'm going to make an edit like I did of last week, so that we just listen to this over and over and over. I'll make the edit and send it out to everybody. Learning to really drop in and listen to flow, and recognizing that the whole world, we are waking up to our oneness. And I want to use this, what just happened?
There.
Okay. You put out the call and Susan Bloomquist picked up the vibe.
Like literally the
next day,
like the next morning.
She texted me the next morning.
Right. It makes my world seem very magical. And when everybody is like in there, I mean, you're definitely gifted. I mean, this is like, feel how heavy.
Oh my God.
It's like high quality.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This is a gift.
Yeah.
It's very sacred to me. Yes. So it is. I mean, that's like when people come into an alignment, it's almost like you can't go wrong. It's it's almost, it makes the world seem as magical as it truly is. When we put our focus on what we want and keep our focus on the higher light, that starts manifesting in our lives.
And so a big part of this new awakened world that we're in is throughout the day, tune in and ask, okay, what is mine to do? What is mine to do? And make it coming from from your higher perspective. Remember how Tangela in her meditation kept bringing us up to the higher perspective. So learning to not be in the egoic, I got to do this, I got to do that kind of crazy thing, and or scrolling, you know, but instead like more slowing down, tuning in. What am I being called to do today? What am I being called to do? And maybe it's just to rest. Maybe it's just to relax. And at the same time, like Charlie put out the call for something. If you need something, put out the call. I really need support with. Put out the call and be available, because that's the new world. We're going to shift into a world where it's not about money. It's about all of us tuning in to, what do I feel called to do? What is mine to do? What do I need? And knowing that everybody's needs will be met. That's where we're going.
Yes, yes.
That's where we're going.
We live in an abundant world, and that's, you know, when you begin to go into the frenetic energies of the chaos of the outer world, we can always go back within, connect to Mama Gaia, release to her that chaos, that frenetic energy, because a lot of those thoughts and emotions, those are not ours. We are very empathic. So we're always tapping in to the worries, the concerns, everything happening with everyone else. And we can release all of that down to Gaia. Let her transmute that energy. Let her take all of that, for she is abundant. She is strong. She's unconditional love. She is wisdom. And pull that up and feel her strength and peace and power. And knowing, like, you know, a lot of times, you know, the third dimension, we focus on our root chakra for security, for safety. But in the fourth, fifth dimensions, we are blessed. It's not about feeling unsafe. We are blessed. So feeling the blessings of who we are, the abundance of all that we have, and bringing that through, lighting up each chakra and feeling that strength and peace. That power that we brought up in through us during the meditation is with us in every moment. And we can always come back to them. Soon, it'll be like breathing for us to remember our peace and power. Now we're in that process of remembering. But as we reactivate every strand of DNA, that will become more and more and more our natural way of being, of breathing. And this is what we're co-creating together.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everybody, because you guys are all taking part in those invocations.
Yes.
It's like, and the more of us that are there, the quicker like everything can, the dust can settle, you know,
Absolutely.
and we'll see some great things occur.
Exactly.
So let's
So-
keep our eye on that.
Yeah. Thank you
All right,
all.
guys.
Love. Happy Sacred Sunday.
Soulsearch.io. Soulsearch.io.
Take a quick little pic of all of us together doing the live stream with our awakening world. And we'll be back together soon.
That's
Yeah.
I'll come over to the booth.
Okay, perfect. All
Okay,
right. Lots of
cool.
love.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
All right. And come on up, Lori.
Panel yesterday.
Oops.
Scott, Lori did.
Yeah.
She was on the panel yesterday for tools and techniques for ascension, and amazing job.
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it right now.
Thank you. That was fantastic. You guys just had a great interview. Oh, yes. Awesome.
And I've got Jasmine Bear is here as well. She's of course been quite a hit. Oh, there you go. All right. That's right. You're with animals.
One of the things.
Well, it's
I
one of
do.
your many things.
Yeah,
Right.
it's great to be with you.
Well, it's good to be with you again, Lori.
Thanks for
And-
having me.
Absolutely. Let's get this so that.
Oh, wow, look at all these wonderful people here. Hi,
Absolutely.
guys.
And we're going out to over 100 Facebook groups and pages.
Hello, all you beautiful
So
people.
lots of people in Facebook land and YouTube land, Alan Steinfeld's New Realities and Conscious Awakening Network. So wherever you're watching us, and a lot of people watch the replay. So whether you're with us live on Facebook in the Zoom room or watching the recording,
It's great
greetings
to be with all
from
of you.
everybody. Well, Lori, hi.
Hi, Scott. Is this your first time meeting in person?
think it is.
I think
Yeah,
so
because yeah,
too.
you've been on Zoom with me for the first time in person.
Oh,
Good to see
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm so happy to meet you in person.
Likewise.
It's so funny because we do these interviews and we start to know everybody.
Right.
We connect on such deep levels, and we don't even realize that we've not met in person.
That's
like,
right. Yeah, all the time. All
That's
the time.
funny because that is part of new paradigm. You guys were just talking about new paradigm. I call it new paradigm. Like just the whole thing about living in a whole new way is we connect on such a real, deep, and profound level with people that it doesn't feel like the distance is a distance, right? We don't even recognize it in that way.
Yeah.
And even when we're doing this kind of like healing and transformational work, we can do it. Distance doesn't matter because we understand at the higher frequencies that time, space, reality is just a matter of the physicality, but the unity and the connection that we all share is beyond physicality, right? Which is that's what we refer to as 4D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got several questions for you. And go ahead and look at the audience. I know I'm going to look at you to give the focus, but go ahead and look at our audience. The first thing I've been wanting to ask people, because everybody who's watching is like, they're not getting a chance to be here. So we're trying to convey the vibe and some of the lessons, some of the things we've learned. So now that we're on our third day, you've been here for a couple of days.
Yes.
What has stood out for you? What can you share? It could be somebody else who spoke that touched your heart or the vibe. What would you like to let our audience know that's touched you this weekend?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'll say is I've been coming to the expo now for, I don't know, it's probably been 15 years, almost every year and without missing. And I always love it here. It feels like family. It feels like connection. It's the same thing we were just saying. You come and you see people that you've known through the internet or maybe you haven't seen them for a year, but the connection is just as deep and just as strong. So it feels like family. That's one of the first things. For me, it's like a big party. Everywhere I go, I'm seeing someone that I love, that I've connected with, that I've met because I've been in this circle for so long now. And everyone's always welcome. So community and connection. And the other piece that's I think so relevant is what we call resonance, because part of the whole journey of ascension is about getting into resonance with really who you want to be, who and what you want to be, because we're redefining ourselves now, right? We used to be, I'm a banker, I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter. Like we'd put these labels on ourselves. But now we're recognizing who we want to be is something entirely different. Who we want to be is love. Who we want to be is kindness. Who we want to be is grace. Divine grace, divine love, divine inspiration. We want to be those things. We want to be that energy and emanate it and share it. So when we come to like Conscious Life Expo, we start resonating in those frequencies and even when you go into a room, like one of the things I love so much, you can go sit in someone's booth, you sit in a workshop. Even when I was sitting, just listening to you guys, I was like, oh, this feels so good. It's the vibe, it's the resonance. It's like you feel it and you start, this is about about the transformation. You start embodying energies that you didn't embody before, because now you're resonating at that frequency. And this is one of the most important things, right? Because like, even if you take this to a kind of a localized level, like for example, I live in Florida at this time, and there were a lot of weather tornadoes. And I know there's been weather challenges everywhere. We were getting tornadoes in Florida for the first time the last couple of years. And we were getting like, as many people know, lots of really bad, hurricanes and at an escalated level, right? But here's what I'm saying about resonance. When you're resonating at peace, at harmony, when your vibration, your frequency is fearless, really, that is not a vibrational match for tornado and hurricane. Now, I'm not saying like that someone gets it because, gets hit by it because they're not like a good person. I'm saying that by shifting your vibrational and your resonance, your frequency matches for like matches like. So this is why we become who we want to be. If we want to experience more peace, more harmony, more love, more joy, we become resonant with those frequencies. And part of how we become resonant with those frequencies is but part of it is by putting ourselves in proximity with them. So going back to your question, like that's what it feels like here. Not only is the community, the connection, the camaraderie, the family here, but the resonance with the frequencies that we all are really aspiring to be and to experience, right? And as we're shifting and changing, we're becoming new beings in this new paradigm. This is the place. This is the place.
You know, so I have a question for those of you in the Zoom room who I can read chat from. Are you feeling the vibe from us? Like, you know, yesterday's show, this morning, how is that reaching you? And so maybe if some of you can put it in the chat box, you know, Bridget says yes right away. Thank you. Yeah, because that's what we're trying to do here. Is my goal from last night's show where we had this whole steady stream. And, you know, so talk about a flow. There was a little bit of a miracle that happened yesterday. I didn't set up structured agenda. I just invited a lot of people to come be on the show last night. And I invited maybe 12, 13 people. Now, theoretically, they all could have come at once. It would have been a mess. But I sent out a vibe, didn't say it intellectually, but sent out the vibe. Everybody just tune in and let's follow the perfect flow. And it was amazing, Lori. There were always a couple people with me and only 1 or 2 people waiting. And then as they would leave and they came up, the next 2 would come in for 2 hours. You know, it was like perfectly synchronized without any structured organization, but again, dropping into the flow, you know.
That's so awesome. You manifested that. And I remember I was listening to the tail end of your most recent interview, and Charlie was talking about manifesting that beautiful robe he had on, right? And this is one of the things of this new paradigm, that as your frequency, as your vibration becomes harmonious with what feels right, good, right, and divinely aligned for you, whoever you are, then you manifest so much more effortlessly, because really manifestation is just, we're doing it all the time. But in our old paradigm, we'd be manifesting with the lag of the density that we were carrying in so-called 3D and physicality. So things would take much longer, and we didn't always make the mind connection like, oh, I manifested that, I created that. But now when we're in harmonious frequency vibration with the energies of, you know, whatever it is, like divine grace, divine ease, divine flow, right? Then it's like, you're just in flow. You're the vibrational resonance with that. You manifested and materialized flow into your life, into your experience. And then everybody else around you becomes the beneficiaries. This is how it all works. This is how it works, because we're always creating our experience. We're just now creating with a whole new kind of consciousness, right? With a whole new kind of purpose, right?
Wow, beautiful. Yeah. All right, now here's a question that I've been asking everybody. Continue to let people in. People are still coming into the Zoom room. There are times that the 3D world is still very difficult. So when the 3D world is hard for you personally or professionally, what are some of your tools to raise your vibration? What are some of your tools to come back to center or shift the energy?
Yeah. Well, the first thing is what I want to say, and what I really want to make clear, that's been, I think, so important, is we're coming out of, or we're still part of this kind of, this love and light kind of perspective, that everything's supposed to be love and light all the time. And I think that's done harm to us in a way, because it set us up for false expectations. And we're sort of coming out of, like, for some of you, you'll know what I mean when I say this leave it to beaver society, right? And, or else, you know, this snapshot on your Instagram or Facebook that everything looks so perfect. And why is that person's life so perfect and mine's not, right? Kind of thing. Because that's what happens. But in reality, that's just not reality. So the first thing I want to make clear is, we're all going through challenges. And for sure, I have gone through challenges too. And it's part of this experience. It's part of the evolution. It's part of the growth. So we have to, I think, at least I know for me, since you asked for me, one of the first things I do when I'm going through challenges, I start to, as quickly as I can, begin to shift. And I ask, how is this serving my soul's agenda? Or how am I meant to learn or grow or heal or evolve out of this or from this? What are the gifts in this? What are the gifts? And the gifts of consciousness, especially because the whole purpose of ascension, not the entire, there's lots of reasons for it, but the big reason is that we get to evolve. We get to expand, up level, elevate, grow. We're healing and resolving those wounded aspects of us, right? And we're in the process, we're dropping that density, really transmuting it is a better way to say it. And so as we uplift and elevate our frequency, we're liberated, freed, and expunged of those challenges, right? Right now, we're going through those challenges. I know this is part of what was talked about. So the first thing is to begin to seek out, how is this meant to serve me? How is this meant to help me to grow, heal, evolve, transform, elevate in some way? And what are the gifts I'm meant to receive? And then when I begin to ask for those gifts, I don't try to answer the question. Really important. Don't try to answer your own question. Really know that you're asking a higher intelligence that is infinitely intelligent. Maybe that is your guides or your angels or your divine team, or maybe it's your connection with your source creator God. Maybe it's the universe, but whomever or however you're asking, don't try to answer, because the brain can't figure that out. The brain doesn't have the answers. That's part of us opening up to our extrasensory super psychic abilities, is to just start to recognize, like, the infinite intelligence will provide an answer. And this is cause and effect. This is universal law. So it's not woo-woo. It's like universal law, cause and effect says if a question is asked, an answer will be provided. So you just have to know the answer will be provided to you. It will come, and it'll come in a divine way. And if you miss it, you can just re-answer. Like, I'm still going through this thing. What are the gifts? What am I meant to receive? How am I meant to learn, heal, grow, and resolve? That's the first thing. The next thing I do when something really challenging comes up is I get myself into a new state, a new resonance, because the frequency where the challenge occurred is some kind of frequency associated with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, fear, doubt, judgment, disbelief, anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, that's the frequency, right? Somehow that energy was where I was residing in that moment, or moments before, or a lifetime before. Who knows? Like, the brain can't figure all this stuff out. That's not the job of the brain. But I know that frequency is where I was when that challenge came in. So now I have to shift my vibration, right? Knowing that as I anchor into a new frequency, that will be resolved appropriately. So how do I do that? Breath work, meditation, healing. I have a process that I teach, that I utilize, where I clear out the core pillar and expunge those old energies. And I don't really give them to the earth anymore, though I understand Mother Earth is an ultimate healer. But I give them to the divine. I'm like, God, take this away. This is no longer who I'm meant to be. And provide to me those gifts that you want me to receive. And I do that in an altered brainwave state. So the way I teach it is I teach people to go from beta to theta, or even gamma. And then I drop down into what I call center core of being. In center core of being, there is no interference. That is unification with the divine. It's very easy to learn. It's a very fun, enjoyable, blissful type of practice. And it's something that you can do. It's easy. And once you learn how to do it, you get there. Your vibration starts to shift immediately. You're being expunged of that energy. And here's the thing. It's all energy. It's all energy. You're feeling lonely. You're feeling angry. You're feeling frustrated. You're feeling overwhelmed. It's just energy. It's not the truth of who you are. It's not who you are. Who you are is the consciousness that gets to say, this energy is fine for this moment. However, I am greater than it. However, I would like to receive those gifts from it so that I can be the greatness of who I am. Because who you are is so much greater than any limited form of energy.
Could you repeat that last minute? Because that is a really powerful teaching.
Yeah. Excuse me. This is part of the fun. Up late, having fun every night, right? Not sleeping enough. All right. Who you are is more than any energy. So what I want to ask all of you, and this has happened, I think, to everybody. Has anyone ever labeled you as some form of emotion or energy, or it doesn't even have to be an emotion. It could be you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're not good enough, or it could be you're angry, you're miserable, you're difficult.
Don't be so negative all the time.
Okay, right. All of that, it's just energy. It's just, you're lonely. Has anyone ever felt lonely? It's just energy. See, we haven't been trained that that's just energy. And then we start identifying with the energy and we take it on because we feel it, because the energy is in our field, right? Our field. What is the size of your field? Does anyone know what the size of your energy field is? Most people don't. Your energy field is larger than the size of a 2-story house. 55 feet in diameter, at least. Just for a moment, get a sense. Now, if your energy field is 55 feet in diameter, larger than the size of a 2-story house, that means your energy field has all kinds of inertia. Let's call it inertia, because that's all it is. It's just non-physical energy. And sometimes it's thoughts and beliefs and opinions and judgments, and they coagulate and they form patterns of behavior, of thinking, of believing, of perceiving. And then sometimes it's actual energy, and it coagulates and it forms ways of feeling and emoting. I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm stuck, I'm blocked. But what if you could come into that higher knowing that it's just energy? It's not the truth of who you are, and that it can be completely expunged and eradicated. And it can, because here's the truth: the divine can transform everything into something greater. Right? So this is part of why we want to get in resonance, and this is part of why we want to be around that resonance where it's possible. Because if we're stuck in the energy of that inertia that's in our field, that is greater than, or at least the size of a 2-story house, then we're just walking around in that energy, believing that that's who we are. And that's not the truth of who we are. We are extraordinary beings. We have infinite potential. And when we start transmuting this energy, and it's so easy, you guys, it's so easy, but it can't be done through the brain. The brain does not know how to do this. That is not the tool that the brain is the tool that the reptilians gave us. So let me say this: the left analytical brain, the logical mind, it's the brain that we got through our reptilian lineage, right? But there is so much more potential when we start unifying left and right brain hemispheres, expanding corpus callosum. This is part of the brain that's been really dividing the 2 hemispheres of the brain and keeping us in separation, and then unifying that with Sacred Heart Center. Right? This is that inverted triangle that we sometimes see that image, right? So when we start unifying, we start using more of the heart brain. We know scientifically there is brain matter in the heart. We know this. Institute of Heart Math has already validated this. So through this kind of processes we're talking about, activating, bringing in new energies, the brain matter starts to build. It starts to say, oh, this is what divine grace feels like. This is what divine love is. This is where I belong. This is who I am. We become someone new. And then we say, that old energy is not where I resonate anymore. And we have tools that we say, divine source, creator, God, take this old energy away and transmute it and bring forward more of the truth of who I am. Awaken it from within me. And the brain matter in the heart says, yes, I know how to do this. This brain, I don't know how to do this. How do I do that? Well, it doesn't, it's not the tool. This brain says, okay, I'll let you, because it feels so good, because it's so right. This brain just says, all right, I'll get out of the way. This brain says, oh my God, I'm so aware. I'm so aware. And this heart says, I know exactly what to do. I know exactly how. I'll allow this divinity to come through. That's how we do it, to me, anyway.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And that's it. And let me just say, that's how we become part of the solution on this. Now you're no longer part of the problem. Walking around, how am I going to fix my problem? How am I going to solve this issue? Why am I so depressed? Why am I so lonely? Why don't I have I'm saying we all have gone through that. We're done with that game. We're done with that game. But we have to decide and choose, because we all have free will. So we get to choose, and then we become part of the solution, because now we're like, oh my God, I got the answers. Come play with me. Let's do this together. Let's share this. Let's play in this new resonance, in this new frequency. Let's be part of this together. And we together we will amplify this energy. We not only amplify it, but we permeate it through our fields. And now our fields duplicate, triplicate. We can expand it through the entirety of the whole of humanity, because that's how powerful we are when we start playing with source energy.
Really, really beautiful. Beautiful. Lori, I want to go to your website so that we can learn more about you, and people can have more of an experience from you. What is your website?
It's my name, LoriSpagna.com, LoriSpagna.com.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of free gifts there, actually. You can go to LoriSpagna.com/free gifts/DNA.
Right. Or can we find it on the homepage? So that's what our audience is seeing now.
Oh, we probably won't see that on the homepage, but if you go /
Okay.
from there,
I don't want to delete it. There we go. /
free gifts / DNA.
DNA.
You can get a gifted DNA activation. You will love that, right?
I'm accepting
Can,
cookies.
can I say a couple of, yeah, because that's required now. A couple of things about the DNA, because I know we're all waking up to how important it is, right? Science has already validated that we have way more than just 2 strands, right? The first 2 strands are kind of like corrupted for the most part. Well, why do we call them corrupted? Because they create disease, right? They're like these stories of the ancestors, right? Where the ancestors said things like, I don't know how to enjoy the sweetness of life. And over time that would create diabetes in the lineage. Or I wasn't properly nurtured or loved. And over time that would create breast cancer, for example. Now it's not absolute, but generally that's kind of how it's been working, right? So when storylines get passed through the ancestors, that information is stored in the first 2 strands of DNA, the ancestral part of the DNA, and it gets passed down as physical and sometimes emotional. We have depression in our family, right? No, we don't have depression. There was a code placed in the DNA that said you're here to resolve this issue of depression for your lineage. But if you don't know that, right? So that's the first 2 strands. And of course, it has our genetics and, like all of that, right? But beyond that, the 10 strands that are dormant, that are waiting to be activated, that's where the gold is, right? And that includes solutions to, yours and sometimes the world's problems. So when I started activating DNA, for example, one of the things I learned in 2020, we all know that infamous year of 2020, I learned about codes of immunity and imperviousness. So you have codes of immunity and imperviousness. Now, codes of immunity and imperviousness will make you immune and impervious to external things that could cause harm to you or detriment, chemtrails, viruses, things like that. But they have to be properly activated and awakened. You'll get that with the free gifts if you choose it. And it's all based on free will. There are so many codes in those other 10 strands of DNA waiting to be awakened. Solutions. There's codes of freedom and liberation, right? Those are free with the gifts, when you go to the free gifts, DNA activation, right? When you get the codes of freedom and liberation, those start to help you realize you're not imprisoned by what society tells you you are or how you have to behave. You start realizing it's not about harm or detriment to anyone, never harm or detriment to no one, to none. Are what these codes go by. But you start recognizing that there's an internal freedom within you that you didn't know you had, because that old paradigm is not based on freedom. The old paradigm is based on contraction, control, domination, right? It's secrecy, coercion, manipulation. That's that old paradigm. That's part of how, we were existing. So now codes of freedom help you liberate yourself. There's all kinds of codes in there. So yeah.
Thank you for the free gift.
Yeah.
I'm putting into the chat box for our immediate people. link to get the free gifts.
Oh, thank you so
There it
much.
is.
Yeah.
But again, for anybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, or the recording, it's well, I'm going to go back to Lori Spagna. She spells it SPAGNA.com. And again, it's /free gifts /DNA.
Yeah. There's lots of other ones there too. We didn't talk about the animals, but I know, like that's a whole other conversation. There's all kinds of stuff about learning how to open and access more of your telepathic abilities, because we're all psychic. We're all part of this source that it'll never be denied from anyone who truly desires to awaken to the truth of who they are. You have all infinite psychic ability and potential to activate and awaken your greatest gifts within you. So yeah, there's lots more there. So,
I had Whitley Strieber on my show Wednesday night, and a big part of what he talked about was telepathy, and that, you know who Whitley is?
No.
Oh, Whitley Strieber wrote the book Communion. He's probably the most famous author and speaker about contact with aliens.
Yeah.
Right, direct communion.
Yes.
Right. And what he calls them the visitors, what they've been telling him is the next step of human evolution is telepathy, cultivating our telepathy.
Yes.
And that's how we're going to connect with aliens, with angels, with ancestors. It's through telepathy and with each other.
Yes.
And he said that the 3 key qualities that we have to cultivate for telepathy is kindness, compassion, and honesty, being radically honest. And that really was a light bulb moment for me. And I've been sharing that a lot because it really makes sense. It's like, yes, okay, we want to become telepathic. We have to be kind and we have to have compassion. And we have to be honest because now you're going to know everything about me.
Right.
And I'm going to know
You have
everything
to
about
be in your
you.
integrity.
Have to be in your integrity.
There's no
Exactly.
secrets.
Right.
It's getting more and more easy to see through that stuff, right? You can, because you develop your discernment as well. But I will add one other thing to that, because telepathy is part of what we do with the animals. If you want to do communication with animals, if you want to do psychic communication, if you want to connect with your angels, your guides, your team, loved ones who have transitioned, that requires a form of telepathy. The part of how you learn telepathy is to be able to get into a different brainwave state, right? Because right now we're in a beta brainwave. So, and that we need for driving and doing things. But for telepathy, we need to know how to get into a different brainwave state. I teach that as well, because it's important for us to develop more of our psychic gifts and potentials. So it's very easy to learn how to get into different brainwave state. The other thing we need to learn how to do more of we all need to learn how to do this for ourselves, is to activate our pineal and pituitary glands, right? The master glands in the center of the brain, right? And this is what has been made a joke of in all the movies, right? It's the third eye.
Yeah.
But right, and we know this now, but we have to learn how to decalcify that. And that's widely understood now, I think, at least in these circles here, to decalcify that third eye, because we've been feeding it with artificial GMOs and fluoride in the water, chemtrails, all that stuff. We don't even need to go into it. Old paradigm stuff, right? But the moment we start learning how to decalcify that for ourselves, more of our psychic gifts and potentials come on, and we become more telepathic. For sure. Those 2 things are required. And telepathy also happens through the brain matter in the heart, right? Because as we start to utilize and build the brain matter in our heart center, we also become, it's not the same form of telepathy brain to brain, but it's still a form of energetic communication, heart to heart. When you're talking to someone who's in the vibrational frequency of love, you feel it, right? That's that brain matter in the heart we were talking about, right?
Well, as Amy said, very impressed with Lori. She knows quite a bit. Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
I promise it's just from doing this work. Everybody can do it. Everybody can.
Lori, thank you so much for being with us. Great to meet you in person.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
Can I do a quick picture?
Absolutely. Do a quick picture.
And I can tell people about coming here too.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta flip this.
There we go.
I would like to be.
We're doing a picture. That's what's happening there.
How do I do it? There we go.
There we go.
Okay. I want to take a picture of all these guys. How do I do that?
Here, let's I tell you what we're gonna.
There we go. Look.
All right, hang on. Let me go to I go to gallery view. so that way you can get a little
That's
bit better.
fun.
There we go.
I never did that before, you guys.
All right, so there you all are now, famous. Those of you who have your cameras on.
You guys are awesome.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
These are we just scheduled this last night. And these are people that like last night got the email this morning and joined us. So it was
I
very
love seeing all your
spontaneous.
faces. You're so beautiful, such extraordinary beings.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing that you know, like, because of course we hear it all the time. We're love, and it's true, but the higher truth is you are extraordinary, magnificent being. We all are. Let's begin to see and know and embody the extraordinary being that we all are, and be our extraordinary selves, and bring that into the world and share that with one another, because that's what we all want to experience. And however you decide that you get to define yourself as what does being extraordinary and magnificent mean to you? What does that mean to you? How do you show up in the world? How are you going to resonate? How are you going to behave? How are you going to think? How are you going to feel as the extraordinary, magnificent being that you are? And whatever that is to you, you get to decide and take that on, be that, and share that with the world. I'm so grateful for having been here with you guys. I love seeing your faces. You're so wonderful.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Lori. So we're going to have an Omashar song, and Ellie is here. And we're also going to hear from Shelley Reeves. We got a couple more guests. Lori, thank you.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a magnificent day.
Oh, all right. Well, Omashar pre-recorded a video for us, so I'm going to play that, and I think you really enjoy it. It's his All My Relations song, and it's something most of you are going to recognize, but he gives a really beautiful version. So here is our beloved Omashar. Well, we are live with Omashar, and actually we're recording this right after the Wednesday night show because he's not going to be with us on Saturday night. While I'm at one conference, the Conscious Life Expo, he is going to be at the Fully Live Academy. He is going to be fully live with David Martin and David's wife. And tell us a little bit about this conference, Omashar.
What I'm really first, it's been amazing to be invited to play a show at the end of one of the days, like an actual set of music. What a concept after all this Zoom COVID-y stuff, cancel clear. But what I really love about Dr. David and his wife Kim's work is that it deconstructs all the programming that we have been built up across this life and all lifetimes through our generational contacts, let's say, our past relations. And I'm really looking forward to being re-educated, how to uneducate my mind, so I can start again with a blank slate. And the workshop that I'm being a part of is called the 12 Senses Workshop. And Dr. David Martin, he's a recent acquaintance of mine, and I look forward to getting to know him deeper. But I've watched one of his workshops, which is like 9 sessions of an hour and a half each, and it is phenomenal. He just leads you right down the how we got messed up in the first place with our mental programming. And he has a video which is free to watch, and I think it's futuredreaming.com or Future Dreaming. It's absolutely amazing video of him very candidly speaking about his life, and super interesting, super worth a watch. He went on a Antarctic expedition with a group of other scientists from around the world, and he was there observing, and they interviewed him and cut it and pasted it into this beautiful hour and a half. I think it's called Future Dreaming. And so check it out, and really worth a watch. You know, we come into the heart from all these different roads. All roads lead to Rome in my estimation. Well, for want of a different word than estimation. So I'm going to play a song now, and it's called All My Relations, and it is a circle fire song sung by in native wisdom circles. However, each time I play a show, there's a new topic on the show, and I add another verse. And so we did a show on people through the veil the other month about people passed on, and so I wrote a verse about those who passed over. So the two verse song became three. And because we've been doing so many galactic shows with Aaron Steinfeld and Whitley Strieber and John Martin and all of the other amazing people that Scott knows and has brought to our attention, I wrote a fourth verse. It's not a long song. It sounds long, but it's not. And you will get to hear the fourth verse right now as soon as I can find the programming on my amazing Nautilus, Korg Nautilus computer keyboard. Chat to them, Scott.
Well, thank you very much. And hey, again, if you're wanting to know more about David Martin and what he was just sharing, if you go to fullyliveacademy.com and then you can click the videos tab, and there's a lot of videos here where you can learn all about this guy. And it really is quite interesting, actually. There he is with his wife. That's interesting to put it right out there. There you got beautiful bodies. So anyway, David Martin is who is going to be blessing Omashar, and Omashar is going to be blessing him this weekend. But we get to be blessed by Omashar right now.
I am one with you. In all that you teach me, I give thanks to you. With my heart I listen as I pray. I know you are with me, guiding my way. Four-legged winged ones, creatures great and small, in humble honor I will stand tall, walking straight the path of harmony. All my relations can walk with me. And you who've passed over, reach back through the veil. We're thinking of you, though you set sail. Heaven and earth are one reality. Know that we love you, we know that you're free. Our galactic family, we recognize you. We love hearing from you and see you reaching through. In our hearts we listen every day for interstellar messages coming our way. So all my relations, I am one with you. In all that you teach me, I give thanks to you. With my heart I listen as I pray. I know that you're with me, guiding my way. And four-legged winged ones, creatures great and small, in humble honor I will stand tall, walking straight the path of harmony. All my relations come walk with me.
Sure.
Those lyrics are so pertinent to our show, brother.
I know, man. It's funny because the last verse that I wrote is our galactic family. We recognize you. We love hearing from you and see you reaching through. And in our hearts, we listen every day for interstellar messages coming our way, which is pretty cool. And before we close here, the verse that I wrote a couple of months ago for those who passed on, our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers, etc., is you who passed over, you reach back through the veil. And we're thinking of you, though you set sail. And heaven and earth are one reality. So know that we love you. We love that you're free. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, right there. So have a beautiful Saturday evening, beloved tribe. I love you dearly. I really do. And each and every time we come together, the love becomes more palpable. There's something about it because we don't know each other personally, but we know each other as a group, and it's amazing. And I'm really looking forward to the replay of Uta and
Natalie.
Natalie later because and a new modality. I'm guessing it's not KES, it's something combined even greater. Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Oh, there we go. Last night we had so many guests, I didn't have time to play the Omashar song, so it's perfect today. And look who's here. You've seen Ellie in the Zoom room, but she actually came to Los Angeles. Now, what part of LA do you live in?
I'm actually in Westminster. I'm only about a half
Oh,
hour.
that's close
from here.
by. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very close. So have you been impacted by the smoke from the fires? Has that been an issue?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So what would you love to share with our audience? You're usually in the Zoom room and you've been on the show before as a guest.
Yes.
What's alive for you today that you'd like to share?
Well, I really liked what Lori said when she was talking about, all the pressure that light workers tend to put on ourselves to always be in a state of light and love. It's not realistic. And I know that I put a lot of pressure on myself when, if I'm feeling upset about something or some wildlife, like a wildlife issue or whatever it is, just being human. We're really meant to have all kinds of experiences, positive challenges. That's how we grow. And it's so important for us to remember, it's important for me to remember that I'm just having a human moment and it will pass. I helped rescue some ducks that were badly nourished a few days ago and 2 African geese that were dumped at a pond. Wildlife is it's probably my biggest passion, that and healing in general. But anyway, I met a woman to pick up these ducks that were domestic and 2, as I said, African geese that had been all dumped off at a pond. They don't know how to take care of themselves if they're domestic. And 2 of the ducks were super thin from lack of nourishment because people feed bread, which doesn't have any nutritional value. It fills them up, but it doesn't give them any nutrients. And then they end up, that's why you see some of them start having their feathers sticking out and they get thin. Anyway, I followed up with my friend Howie, who has a duck sanctuary, on my way here this morning. He's got a huge heart, and just to check and see how they were all doing, the ones that we rescued, and they're all doing really well. So it just made my day.
So I feel bad because I've given ducks bread. What should we give ducks instead of bread?
Well, you can get food that is specific for ducks. You can buy it at the feed and grain store, and then you'd be certainly part of the solution. Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know.
So get healthy duck food as opposed to duck pellets. I mean, as opposed to duck
White
bread. Yeah. No white bread for ducks. No white bread for any of us, actually. Remember Wonder Bread?
Yes.
Yeah. That was one of the great myths. Well, thank you for coming by and dropping by. And we're going to kind of wind down. I'm going to take a look at the chat box because I see 15 new messages have just come in. So Susan's in response saying there are big bags of seeds at the feed store. And Sylvia, thank you so much. Sylvia, I hope that your housing situation is getting clarified. Maybe pop into the chat box and let's send lots of love to Sylvia because she's been going through some changes, and we want to make sure she gets the proper housing, the next step in her life's journey. DR writes, oh, what a gift you are, Ellie. Perfect after Omishar's song, All of Our Relations. That's a good point. Thank you, DR. Carol's got a duck and a heart there. That's very impressive that you got the right emoji there. And Terry is with us. So beautiful. We love you, Terry Russo. DR says hello to Ellie. Yeah, and we are family, even though we've never met, although Ellie and I are meeting for the first time right now. So, all right. Well, we're going to wind down. I want to let everybody know Wednesday night show is actually still in process getting put together because the guests that I had lined up they had a big issue come up, so they weren't able to do it. So we're putting that together. But for anybody that is in the San Diego area, I'm going to be teaching again on Tuesday night. And we're going to celebrate Viraja's birthday. Viraja puts on the Tune Up Tuesdays, and I'm going to be the guest facilitator. And we've also got some great music with Prem and Robert Hensley. So anybody in Southern California, come on down to Encinitas for Tuesday night. There's Shelley. And so want to let people know about that. And then finally, we're gonna have a really special show on Saturday night. Sandra DeCastro Buffington lost her home in the Pacific Palisades fire. She's my co-host, and we are bringing in people that are all sharing wisdom about resilience and grief, and that form of love, how to deal with that. So next Saturday night is going to be a very, very powerful show. Of course, Gary Malkin, Bethany Grace, the amazing violinist, will be with us. And so that's our show next Saturday night. I have one more guest who just showed up, Shelley Reef. So thank you for being with us, Ellie.
Thanks, Scott.
And we will see you soon. Sure, let's do a picture real quick. While you pull that together, and then we're going to bring up Shelley. Hello, here we go. Just get it.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah, you want to Jasmine Bear has been here on my lap the whole time. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, come on up. Thank you, Ellie. We have one final guest, and you'll remember her. She was on a show at another expo at the Las Vegas. You were with me in Las Vegas for Adrian's show.
That's right.
Yeah. It's Shelley Reef and her instrument.
Yeah. Well, you have a dog. I have a.
That's right. Yeah, Jasmine Bear has been on my lap
Jasmine.
most of this time.
I love you. And oh, that
Yeah, she got a kiss. Yeah. Well, hi, Shelley.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
It's a pleasure.
So, I've been asking everybody, and go ahead, even though I love looking into your eyes, go ahead and look at the audience because there's more of them and there's only one of me. So, what has the expo experience been like for you? And is there what be your takeaway, or what has been your magical special moments?
It's been very different from last year. The energy in LA is really transformed. I believe it has to do with the fire and the transformation. I mean, fire, as disruptive as it is, these acts of, well, maybe nature, they cleanse and purify and move us through. I lost a home in a tornado completely and started over from that. I was also living in New York City during 9/11. And so I kind of understand, these moments of great transformation. And all I can say is I really witnessed it opening up and creating what turned out to be the best part of a lot of people's lives. Some people are at a point in their life when it really, really affects them, in a hard way, in a harsh way. But a lot of other people really can be projected by a clean start. And that feels like the energy
of this expo this year is this clean start, this new conversation. The traffic is different than last year. Last year, the traffic was a little more frenetic, cuckoo, crazy, all over the place. It was that kind of like spirituality, like my feet don't touch the earth. And this year, there's very little of that. It's more real conversation, real heart connection. And the biggest transformation that I've seen this year is the men. I was speaking, you're a boy, aren't you? Yes.
She's a girl.
Oh, you're a
Jonathan
girl.
Bear.
Oh, but you never know these days.
They're pretty androgynous.
Yeah. We all are at this point.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
speaking to my all my students come to volunteer in my booth. They're so wonderful. And we were talking about how I think about at least 51% this year of the clients and customers who come and get very excited about the harps are men. And typically in these healing environments, you know, you kind of expect it to be at least 75 to 90, if not more % women.
Mm-hmm.
And that has really shifted. Yesterday there was a big strong man standing by my booth and he's like, I don't know. And I just put the harp on his heart and I just started playing like this. And he just instantly transformed and tears started flowing from his eyes. And he's like, I don't know what you did to me.
Oh, does feel really good. That's yummy. Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I know your heart's actually.
Yeah, but I still
It's
got
the
the,
other
I
heart.
got the vibe. Get the vibe
He's
for
got
sure.
You guys knew that. 2 hearts, yeah.
Shelly, I have a question for you. And then I noticed a lot's going on in the chat box, so I'll check that while you answer the question. You're a very sensitive person, extremely sensitive. How do you manage when the 3D world, it's getting really hard? How do you protect yourself? How do you raise your vibration? What are some of your tools for management?
I have an answer for you. I have a non-negotiable practice that I do every single morning. And I think of it as bringing sovereignty into my energy field. I don't stop until I'm all me in my energy field. It begins in bed with laying straight, straightening my spine. I call it the first yoga pose of the day. Is, you wake up, and, straighten my spine, lengthen my arms, lengthen my neck, and find that alignment. And then I ask for my guides to come in and make a heart connection before I even get out of bed. Once I feel that, then I do a little ritual with an entire glass of alkaline water in the sun, because the sun is going crazy right now. That's so much of what's going on right here is all these solar, I don't know if you follow
The solar flares?
but yeah, I mean, we've been having pretty consistent X-class solar flares. It's the highest it's been in our lifetime for sure. And, science doesn't know how far back it's been since we've had that, but that changes everything. That changes the plasma that we swim in, that we walk in. So everything literally is different, even though we can't see it. And so I hold water in the sun and I say, infuse this water with the light codes of this day. And as I drink this water, the light codes of this day become one with me, and I acclimate to the frequency of earth and human right now so that I can be the most productive rather than fighting against it. It makes it a lot easier. And then we go into yoga, and I lay prostrate straight on the ground, and drain my chakras into the earth. And at the same time, I say to the earth, and then at the end of the yoga pose, I lay down and take in the color of the sky, the shape of the trees, the sound of the birds, and really bond with nature. And then it's about noon and I'm ready for my day. The only other thing I do is I juice fresh juice every day. It's so therapeutic. I did it in my room today here at the hotel. The color of the vegetables, the orange of the carrots, the red of the beets, the green of the kale. That's therapy. That's really powerful therapy, you know, and then juicing this yourself, not buying it at the grocery store. Give yourself that 20 minutes every day, you know, and as you drink it, the energy that comes into your life, it's phyto energy, that is sun energy coming into your life. It's really important right now. Stay grounded.
Amazing tools, amazing. Well, I cheap it. I have on my water, Maximum Grace Scott Katamas' water is always
He's
blessed.
blessed.
So that's kind of how I do it.
Isn't he so special?
Yeah, but you're doing better. I mean, doing your own juicing every morning, it's like, okay, gotta do that. That's good. We've got a lot of comments coming in. Let's see what people says. Diara says she walks the talk. Absolutely. Beautiful practice sets the day from Susan. Beautiful. Thank you, Carol. Glad you joined us. Yes, the show started at 9 a.m. Yes to gender fluidity, Sylvia. Absolutely. Wow, 6 more inches of snow in Cape Cod. And yes, lots of love and healing. We miss you also, Terry, at the Expo, but that's why we're doing this show, sending you the love. The 90 minutes has flown by. And, you know, thank you, everybody. I'm not seeing everybody's chat, but sending you much, much love. Would you be willing? You have a harp.
I do have a harp.
And you have hands.
You do.
And I have a feel, and you have a voice. And I imagine they all come together to do something special.
On occasion.
Would that be possible?
Oh, sure.
A wonderful way to close out our show.
So this is a therapy harp. They're tuned in a chord. You don't have to have musical background, so it's all right brain. So they're for healers. Because if you're learning an instrument, you know, that takes years to get to the point where you can check out and actually play. And plus, you're probably going to be plucking a tune, a melody, which engages people's emotions and engages their left brain. That's not where healing happens. Healing is right brain and heart. So these are instruments made for healers. Can't hit a wrong note. You can take the technique as far as you want. This is an angelic tuning. They come in different tunes. Angelic.
Oh,
It's like an angel god.
Original sound for musicians.
thank you for the reminder. There we go.
Is that better? So let's have a little blessing. How about a blessing with energy, angel? So feet flat on the ground, spine nice and straight, pushing down into your root, breathing and lifting up through your crown, extending that up into the light codes and the light intelligence of the universe, and just allow that to pour in through the crown, down through each and every chakra, activating. Pouring light and light intelligence down into your root. And feel your roots extending down into the earth itself, deeper, solid. Feel the solidity and groundedness of earth, blending with light frequency, so that you become one. I invite you now to let that nourishment and that nurture of Mother Earth reach up through those roots that you just grew up through your own root, rising up through your energy centers into your heart, where it intermingles the groundedness, 3D, intermingling with the light codes, the 5D and beyond and above. And then just allow that to come into your energy field, your auric field, and extend out. As you mesh with the plasmic intelligence that connects everything in the universe. We ask now that the guides, the angels, spirits, and way showers of each and every individual here bless this process to bring any healing, alignment, or knowing to each and every individual here that may be exactly what they need now, including all animals and pets and extended family, loved ones. And just for today, I'm going to extend that intention out to every human on Earth, every animal, tree, body of water, Earth itself, the cosmos, all planets, and all benevolent beings everywhere who are wanting to support and connect with humanity and Earth at this time to guide us into our next stage of light and evolution. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take that breath back into the body,
Beautiful.
back into our hearts. Hi.
Oh,
We can just stay there. We can be one with all of that and be right here having these conversations at the same time.
I see a lot more. 9 more messages came in while you were playing your harp.
Oh, did it?
What's this harp's? This is Shelley Reef. This is Shelley Reef. And what is the name of the harp?
So these are therapy harps, and you can find them on my website at shelleyreef.com.
Oh, let's definitely go there.
They come in 6 different tunings. One of them, the mystical tuning, is brand new. It'll be up on my website later this week. 5 of them, you can listen to the different tunings. You can also choose different rosettes, the little design in the middle. And I certify people through Soul of Yoga in San Diego. So it's a very, we're probably arguably the most advanced sound institute in America. The other teachers are Sylvia Nakash, Christine Stevens, Thomas Orr Anderson, and the next certification starts the last week of March.
So I'm going to go to the website. It's her name, Shelley Reef, R-E-E-F, Shelley, S-H-E-L-L-Y, Reef, R-E-E-F.com. Frequency healing, and that's where you can find out all about, look at these beautiful things she provides. Free sound session that you can download, and then that's where you can order the instruments from her. And you can also find out all about her harp training, October 5th, 6th.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Always good to see those things.
Always
good. But she does spiritual mentorship. She does a lot. So, Shelley, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
What a wonderful way to close the show.
Oh,
Thank
and I
you.
get a hug.
Of course.
Oh,
And I come to your booth later this afternoon.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. If you're if anyone's at the expo, I'm in 307.
Booth 307.
Yeah, and my students are there playing these harps are made to be played on the bodies of people. So my students are there. We have a massage table, and they're playing the harps on the bodies of people, doing some real healing today.
I will see you this afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you,
Love
Shelley.
Love you, Jasmine Bear.
And Jasmine Bear is here.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Bye, everyone.
Hey, I've got to close out because there's going to be other people coming into the room soon, and I've got to disconnect my little stuff here. But thank you, everyone. A big thank you to Diara for being our co-host and doing all these wonderful things to make life wonderful. Where is she? There she is. Thank you, Diara. Thank you. Happy Sacred Sunday, everybody. Remember, we can make every moment sacred by choosing to see the divinity in all. And I hope you've enjoyed our Conscious Life Expo out to all of you. May you all take in this beautiful vibe, know that we're all part of the Global Peace Tribe, and all the other different names for how we connect, but we are all coming together to create an awakening world. Thank you, everybody. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Good night. Good night. Good day.